Hey everyone, and welcome back to Castle Amber. And before we get started this week, we have a message we wanted to share with everyone, and that's going to be delivered by Sally.
Thanks, Rom. Okay, so just a quick content note, which is that I'm about to talk about the anti-Black and racist violence happening in Minnesota right now. I just don't want to spring that on anyone. So before we start, we just want to take a moment to acknowledge the events that are taking place in Minnesota and elsewhere today as Black people and people of color protest the illegal murder of George Floyd by a white police officer and are met with even more violence and suppression at the hands of police and the state. Obviously and sadly, this is just the latest in a long history of similar events where Black people are harassed and killed for what amounts to no reason other than our country's legacy of white supremacy and racist state violence. We want to say that Black lives matter and that we see what is happening and we stand in solidarity with the protesters. If you're able to, please consider donating to one of the community-led organizations working right now in Minnesota. I'm going to paste a few of them into the chat here on Twitch. Some options are the Minnesota Freedom Fund, which will provide bail support to protesters who are arrested, the official George Floyd Memorial Fund, and Reclaim the Block, which organizes Minneapolis community and city council members to move money from the police department into other areas of the city's budget that truly promote community health and safety. And that's it.
Awesome, thank you. All right, and then tonight we're just going to go right into it. So we did a no-nos game earlier, and this time Dirk lost. So Shane, could you give us a recap on what happened last week?
I started as a dog.
Oh, that's a good start.
There was a long argument over who was going to pay to make me not be a dog, which will be settled in court when we return.
I forgot about that.
Then we met up with Madeline, who was the Amber who was buried alive, and went into a room in which Lockjaw allegedly met his patron and came out with a crown and claimed to suddenly owe like 3 times the debt. Not my problem. Then we went down to the basement, met the guy whose name I don't remember, but I'm going to call him Gaston Amber.
Yeah, sure.
That's because his name is Gaston.
Yeah, his name was
great.
Gaston, so well done.
100%.
Nailed it.
Cool. So that guy was in a cell, like locked in a cell and painting?
Well, he was in a cell, but but the door was open. He was just, it was like he was choosing to be in that cell, but he was painting this big glowing orb, basically.
Okay. He was, according to Madeline, one of the okay Ambers who maybe didn't have to die, but jury's still out.
Yeah.
And then we got to like a portal, and surrounding it were a handful of Ambers who did not take kindly to us trying to leave instead of them. That was the Boxer Amber and his like clay wax golem thing.
Yep.
And then who was the other one?
So John Lewis and his clay wax golems, and then Simon Amber, who was the paladin that you saw praying earlier and wondered if you had been sent by the gods.
Oh right, yeah. So they're dead.
Yes.
So that was dispatched with. Oh, I got a cool dagger, which apparently steals souls and makes me take on the appearance of my vanquished foes.
Yes.
Which means I currently, as we faded out, look like John Amber.
Simon Amber, but yes. Yeah.
Oh, Simon Amber, whatever.
It was
The
a
cooler
total
Amber.
snack.
Yeah, he is. John was like a foppish, bad goatee looking guy, so you lucked out there. You stabbed the right one.
Sweet. Yeah, so I look like Simon Amber. Do I look like I'm wearing Simon Amber's clothes and stuff?
No, you look like you were wearing everything you were wearing. You just now look like Simon Amber and sound like him as
Giant
well.
bugbear clothes.
Yeah, exactly. Just
I sound like him too?
Yeah. You sound like him as well.
Can you give me an Amber voice real quick?
Sure, like all the Ambers kind of talk, kind of like this, kind of up here.
Oh, great. This is wonderful.
Excellent. It's perfect. You're in the family.
Dirk looks at his hands and says, well, this is what it's like to be attractive.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, more so than a bugbear. right? Like it's a low bar.
Also, then a bugbear who's recently lost some of his charisma.
That's true. Again, really handsome
Not that he
people
started
can be
off that
jerks.
well.
I mean, there
From
are
an
handsome,
8 to a 7 on
Sure.
an 18 scale.
there are so many
The
people.
standard scale in Avignon.
It actually is impressive that you've been able to like get so many you've got so many people to sign up for this union with an 8 charisma. It's fairly impressive. And
I mean, you can have charisma.
Intimidation's a strength skill, realistically.
Right. That's true. That's fair. So you all are in this large underground room, and there are bodies in front of you and smashed up a clay, and there is a very clear and obvious glowing portal. Just the wall at the far end of the room is glowing so brightly it's hard to look at it, and you can hear like birds and the sounds of wind and other things like as faint whispers through it. But Madeline seems completely unable to see it.
So, Madeline,
Yes.
we're taking the crowns through that.
Through the wall? No.
No, through the glowy hole in the wall.
Oh, I see. This. Okay. I can't see that
I feel
because
like that's not
of the
accurate.
curse. Was that?
I was just taking the piss out of Madeline.
Okay. Oh,
Don't
sorry.
worry about it.
Sorry. So I can't see that, but you can. So we must walk through together. You have the crowns, yes?
Yeah.
Excellent. I must wear one, and who shall be my prince? Are you guys doing the no-nose game in person? Okay, it's Dirk. Excellent. Well, that makes sense. That's perfect. Simon. And she smiles. I know your name's not really Simon, but Simon, care to enter the land of Averine?
What has happened with this dagger?
Well,
Explain it.
Well, I don't know particularly. Wasn't aware of that weapon. However, it does seem like you have taken on the face of my cousin and the voice of my cousin. Some of the mannerisms as well. I suppose in many ways you are now him.
You've got a serious polymorph problem, Dirk. You gotta.
In what ways, specifically?
Well, always, I imagine. I mean, and she's like grabs your hand and turns your arm over and she's like, yep, that's the freckle he's always had, and there's the scar he got when David bit him when he was only 5. Yeah, basically him.
I find you much more couth this way. Perhaps you should change every day.
Perhaps I should change to you.
You're welcome to try, but I have a feeling you wouldn't want to. So, this works out very well for me. It seems like I'm much less likely to get stabbed now.
I think having one quaxie is more than enough. I think we're good.
There does seem to be a bit of a
Speaking, we still have
conservation
one.
law in place.
So
You've given me something to think about.
I do imagine that as you proceed forward and get closer to retrieving Stephen Amber's tomb, which is what I assume you're doing to break the curse, yes? As you get closer, the others will become more aware. We should probably go.
Look, we can deal with your face if we want to later. Or is this is not like the dog thing where you're good with this one? Just checking.
I could easily look like you instead.
Look,
It
do you
would
want
appear.
your face back, or are we sticking like this? I'm just
I would like
asking.
my
Don't-
face back, yes.
Okay,
I would.
we'll sort
I
it.
would like my face back. I would like my hands back, too.
Okay.
I would
well,
like my life back from before I met you.
Oh, yeah, when you were on the run, and it was all so great. Really, your life was sucked the whole time. Let's move the fuck on so that we can sort something out.
My life
Solve
has
one of
been
your problems.
Great the whole time, actually. I get to do whatever I want and hurt whoever I want.
Walk through the door,
That does sound
boy.
nice.
because until you do, we're all stuck arguing in a tomb, and quite frankly, I'd be happy to die here if that's going to be the rest of my life.
You all are moody. We need the crowns.
Yes, so crown, go.
Excellent. And she takes the princess crown and places it on you, if you'll allow her to. and goes to place it on your head.
What is the prince's crown?
The Prince's Crown is the one that
Which
Lockjaw
one is that?
apparently was given by his patron in a closed room where all you guys heard was basically a lot of screaming, and then he reappeared.
Mm-hmm.
For the
I'm
record,
very worried.
that's why I'm
worried about
moody.
the other crown. Like, there's a reason we buried it in a bag of holding.
Yeah. No, I am 100% standing behind Madeline with just a hammer at the ready. Just, okay, put it on. Let's see how this goes.
Fair.
Yeah, I'll let her put that on me. But Dirk will just like kind of open the bag of holding for her to fish out the crown herself.
Oh, sure. So, what else is in there?
A lot of her
Uh,
stuff.
I think there's a lot of trinkets that we've stolen, I
Some
think.
big pile of
there were
melted gold.
candelabras,
Just
yeah.
like halfway in the bag. Like, no, that's not it.
There's-
Hang on. And finally, she's like, oh,
1 pound
there
of
we
silver
go.
Definitely a couple silver
Yes.
platters.
Yeah.
Excellent. Everyone?
You know that Catherine Amber's in there, right?
I do, yes. Well, we have to take some risks and place it right on her head and...
Okay.
Okay. Ready then.
Still Madeline?
Someone insight.
I will insight.
Go right ahead.
I'm going
Their
to try and use
handsome
D&D
hazel
Beyond's
eyes.
roller. 20. 20
Yeah.
insight.
So, the way that Madeline drops her shoulders and kind of straightens her back, and clearly, is already kind of wiping some of the dirt off of her hands, there's a shift in priorities in this person.
Hmm.
Shall we?
I make eye contact with Dirk, holding them all, and just kind of give him the suggestive eyebrows. I'm like, huh?
So, Sally, does Shiv speak Gnomish?
Shiv speaks Common and Goblin, and Thieves can't. Everyone's favorite 5e language.
Okay, so I guess I have to speak this in Goblin because everybody here speaks Goblin, right?
That seems fair.
This is gonna sound weird, but in Goblin, I will say it's not Madeline. It's not Madeline, but we have to deal with that on the other side. Don't let on.
Okay.
Shiv's
Kind
gonna
of relax a little bit.
put his hand on Justin in as subtle a way as possible.
Okay.
And
Excellent.
I will, I think to her, I will say just a brief prayer for us as we embark.
Of course.
Why do I have the lilted speech of quacks now?
You guys are buddies. You look around someone for
Part
a
of
while.
what
you
the
start to pick
dagger
up the speech
does.
from- Yeah.
Dirk isn't buddies with anybody.
That's not true.
Look
Dirk
at
and Shiv are good friends. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. Identical twins and BFFs.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Whatever
So,
you say,
do
man.
you say
Partners
a short
in crime
prayer?
and
Yeah.
in family.
Aw. Yeah. So you're gonna do-
Oh no, I just said what I said in Goblin. And
Gotcha.
I'm telling her it's a prayer.
Understood. Okay. And she nods and she
Oh, nice. Okay.
pats your arm and, it's like, are you ready then? My prince.
Yes.
Okay. Then I take it you all walk forward and step through this glowing wall. And you're dead. So thank you for joining. No, hang on.
We did it.
Finally! Oh my god.
Oh, in the Zoom
All
call,
right.
you disappeared for that transition, and
Oh,
I
yeah?
thought you were like, "Oh, that's what it looks like when we die."
This is what I made
Talking
a
about
whole
Disco
screen
Elysium too much.
just to show you what death is like. All right, so you are now in a forest. You step through I'm sorry, that's not true. You step through this portal and you step into a inn. You just come out of this like back wall, and like around the corner is a doorway out, and there's a staircase going up to the next level where you assume the rooms are. It's relatively busy. There are people having drinks and hanging out and enjoying general merriment. All humans, by the way.
Now this is more like it.
I honestly trust this less than the other thing.
I turn to Catherine whatever, Catherine, and I'm like, why are they so happy?
Well, you know, they work, and then they get money, and they use it to buy liquid refreshments that make them happy. It's what they
They're
want.
drunk. We can cut through this.
They are drunk. They are drunk, but more importantly, they are released from their tidy lives.
Quaximum has already approached the bar, is dropping some coins on the table, and is ordering several drinks and several meals.
Oh yeah, and what would you like? Like they have wine and ale, and there's a bunch of there's a really good stewed lamb that the cook is pushing heavy. Like if you want something good.
Please, yes.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Don't do the stew. If they're doing a stew, it's probably because they have leftover lamb from last week's special.
No, it's good stew. It's good lamb. It's good lamb. And so they just start piling up bowls of lamb and wine.
You also have ham.
Oh, we have ham.
A bit of lamb, a bit of ham.
Yes.
A bit of beer. A bit of deer. Maybe.
Yes, we have deer. We have rabbit. We have.
I appreciate the call back.
We have ducks. Yeah.
Do you have any ale to go with my ale?
Yes. Yeah. Sure. We have that. I go kill snail in. Yes. Anything else? There's wine and beer. There's shots.
Good enough. Close enough.
All right. Excellent. It starts lining up food and everything
we'll begin with that.
else.
We'll begin with that.
You guys get looks right away. People it gets kind of quiet. Everyone looks over. Everyone in this bar is a human. Every single person. They don't react like, oh my god, a monster. So clearly they've seen other humanoids before, but they all kind of eye you. It gets quiet for a moment, but everyone eventually drifts back to their own conversations and their own meals.
Does it seem weird to them that we walked out of the wall?
No one seemed to notice that. Or if they did, they're used to it.
Are they definitely solid corporeal?
It's not like before.
Are they definitely corporeal beings?
These are questions we have to ask now.
No, totally. It's not like before. Everything feels very real. In fact, now that you've stepped into this world, you're starting to notice that there's little underlying sense, and there's little background noises, and there's all these things that you were cut off from in this kind of artificial world that you were existing in. And those have all kind of rushed back now. So this feels more real than anything you've experienced in a day or two.
Are there any windows in this room?
Mm-hmm.
Is there?
Several. And they look out into basically you're surrounded on all sides in the back by forest. There's a bunch of big huge wooden bowls in the back that are filled with mead and oats and things like that, and berries, and you can see a couple black bears back there, and apparently that's something that the locals show up to watch, right? So and then there's a main road out to the south behind you. It looks relatively traveled.
Do we see any green mist?
Oh, no,
outside
none.
The windows?
It's a beautiful sunny day. There's butterflies and the flowers out front. I feel like I've lost everyone.
When Quaximum pays for his drinks and food,
Yeah.
as a
Are they not
tally,
reacting strangely to the
anywhere?
fact that they're
like a bugbear and a hobgoblin and a gnome here? No, they're not. think we're all a little bit unhooked in Zoom. How about this? Shall we try to restart? Can you guys hear me? I'm going to take us into Be Right Back, and we are going to figure out our Zoom issues, and we're going to be right back. Give us 5-10 minutes tops.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, I would like to try that.
Okay, excellent. So I'm going to end the Zoom call and then invite you all back in. Okay, and we are back. I have to, I think, move everyone around a bit.
Yeah,
everyone's in the wrong
bit.
places. Give me 1 second.
Or do you want me to just forward my character sheet to Ishan?
No, it's fine. Hang on. Wait a minute. Get you all back to where you need to be. At least I can hear you and see you now.
I could play Quacks.
Yeah, you could. There's
Except
no
I'm
doubt.
not as good at wordplay or dealing with the artillerist character sheet.
Right, or thinking of cute little birds to play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is a bird, right?
Shoot.
It's an owl. Just shoot. Is that it? Just shoot.
I can play Dirk pretty easily.
Right?
It's not in my contract.
Not anymore.
That's fair.
Nope.
Right.
Now you can't. Now I don't have an easy voice.
No, sorry, dude.
Now I
Stole
have
that
to
from you.
imitate a Rom's imitation.
Right, you have to
We
do
have to
my
do-
bullshit.
Right, while being cross-channeled by Ishan.
Right. I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna have someone to talk to. Yeah.
Madeline's also thrilled, and like it was a little weird for her initially because you look just like her cousin, but whatever. I don't know. That's fine. All right. We're good. So, you all are in the bar. There was a table they've cleared off for you and wiped down. They've piled up lamb stew and pork chops and rabbit and, a little bit of, some chicken wings and, eggs. Like, I don't know, like a bunch of stuff. And ale and wine and
Food that
it's a
rhymes.
feast. Yeah.
Most important thing.
Madeline,
Yes.
why do they not find it strange that their regents are eating here in their tavern?
Well, you see, they don't know me, or you for that matter. Well, not you, but who you look like. Of course they don't know you, but they don't know who you look like because they have all been placed under the same spell. None of them remember us at all. It's like we never existed.
We're wearing crowns.
Yes, I'm sure they think we're odd, but,
All right.
How is it, by the way? Do you like being human?
I hate it.
Well,
My voice sounds strange.
it does. Well, it sounds posh.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Also, my duck's not as big.
That's unfortunate. Yes, that is an unfortunate thing. Things will, change from body to body. Anyway, so what are your plans now? What are you doing next?
And Quaxamon rolls the, was it a scroll that we got?
Yeah.
Yes,
So
Wait,
let-
that was a skull that just showed up in the background.
I did. I
What?
saw that too.
I
Yeah.
don't know if you know this, but we're walking into the end game.
Light foreshadowing. So I'm sorry. You pulled out a scroll. I assume you found in the library, right?
well, it's the one that listed all the pieces that we need.
Yes.
So, is there a booth here in this inn?
Is there a booth?
Booths.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Where you guys could kind of retire and have your little.
We shall return to where it all began, a private booth in an inn.
Yes, there is absolutely at least one private booth. You're all set.
So
In the corner, it's kind of dark.
pops up and is again standing on the bench, and then begins laying out the documents that we have, map, and then puzzle rhyme.
Yes. So what did you want? Sorry, what did you want to try and figure out?
So we need an enchanted sword, even though we have an enchanted sword.
Correct.
Different enchanted sword.
We need the mirror.
Yes.
We
No.
need the ring.
Yes.
Potion?
And a potion of time travel.
Maybe I can ask Justin if he knows where there are any other swords like him.
It's a good question. Do you pull them out?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull Justin out, but under the table. I don't want to brandish him.
That's where I'm used to being.
My
So,
brandishing.
hey, what's up, girl?
Hey, Justin.
What's up?
Question for you.
Get me.
Do you know where we can find? I kind of forgot how my character talks. Hey, Justin.
Yeah.
Justy. Do you
Yeah.
know where we can find an enchanted sword around here?
Yeah, that's a really, really powerful dagger, 5 feet that way, and in his hand, in that guy's hand, in that hot guy's hand. Yeah, he's got a really powerful dagger.
Show some respect, all right? That's my brother Dirk.
Oh,
He's
really?
talking about Dirk, right? Yeah, okay.
What a glow up. Anyways, yeah, he's got a really powerful dagger.
Powerful,
I can't hear you.
Enchanted?
Yeah, super powerful.
Okay, all
Turn
right.
into another guy, Shiv.
Hey, dagger.
You know that. You thought that.
Look, Shiv lost a point of intelligence and wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer to begin. The sharpest Shiv in the drawer to begin with.
Or-
All right,
He just-
thanks, Justin.
He just shaved. What's different? Yeah. You're welcome. Wait, there's also hang on, wait, sword powers. Sword power. Yes, there's something very powerful here. Really super powerful.
You mean besides the dagger you just pointed out?
Yeah, more powerful than that. More powerful than me, which is annoying. But yes, there's a very powerful sword here.
Okay,
it can
can
make
you-
you fly.
Oh, can
Yeah.
you, Justy, do me a favor. Why don't you kind of tell me whereabouts I should look for it? Where in the room is it? Is someone holding it?
Spin me.
Okay, but a basketball in my finger?
No,
No,
like
like the
put it
bottle.
on- like put it on the table and spin. Yeah, like spin the bottle.
Oh,
He knows what's up.
Nice. I love that either Dylan or Lockjaw knew that.
I'm going with Lockjaw is still loosely attuned to Justin, having held him for a
Oh,
couple
nice,
of seconds,
nice.
so I'm getting like just bits of this.
Okay.
Also,
So
I played a great deal of spin the bottle back in college in Waterdeep.
okay, yeah, I'll put Justin on the table and spin him. I'll move your glasses, move the food, move the stew. I gotta spin Justin.
Excellent. So you put him down. You go and give it like one big, huge spin. And Justin's really well balanced, so you could spin this thing like a top, and you expect it to just flip around and around. It goes a quarter turn and vroom, vroom, just freezes and locks and is like vibrating as it points due south from where you are.
I'm just gonna like line my head up with the sword and just like, is it pointing directly at someone in the bar, or are we pointing past like?
It seems it's like pointing out one of the side windows and then down the path that runs along this inn.
So Quaxon looks down at the map and says, "Were there always 4 numbers on this map?"
They seem to have appeared magically as you step through the portal. How weird.
Innkeeper,
Yes?
where are we? What town is this?
You're in an inn. It's in a
Okay,
town.
where's the inn, smartass?
Well, the inn's on the outside of Solari. You don't want to go there.
The sword is in Shimes, I think.
Wait, what was that?
No,
What sword?
the letter says it's the sword of Sylar, eh?
Solari. You don't want to go there. That place is cursed.
We're outside Salon.
Yeah.
It's called the Enchanted Sword of Sylar.
Solari.
Sylare, whatever.
Yeah.
It's an
regional
accent
dialect.
thing. You're gonna
Yeah.
have to. We all have goblin accents except for him now.
Yeah. So, like, anything else? You guys need a wine or anything? I got other customers here.
Yes. More food. Another
Sure.
round.
She goes off. Yeah, fair enough. So if you look in your map, like, you basically are, from where you are, from what you could figure out, you're about maybe, an hour walk south, north of Solari.
Okay.
Location number 1, I suppose. It is the closest.
So you get a bunch more food and a bunch more drinks. The bill comes to it's 5 gold. It's not unreasonable. It's a little high.
Well, the shift meal is included, so we'll just let you two take care of that.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, the bill is arriving and Dirk is already leaving.
Meet you outside.
I seem
They
to
put him in
recall
royal
you
robes.
actually having a per diem and a daily rate.
I remember that. That was discussed. That was absolutely discussed as part of
And
the deal.
this
That's in
meal is
addition to the
currently-
shift meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, per diem covers incidental expenses while traveling.
Also, it did feel an awful lot like Quaxon was ordering for the group. I mean, he didn't ask. He didn't say what anyone wanted. He just kind of lined up
Hey,
food and
GM,
drink.
when I need your fucking opinion, I'll roll a die, okay?
Did anyone eat or drink? Because Max was ordering for himself.
That's fair. It's 14 plates all for this little note. All right, so you guys all feed up. I would say you easily took a short rest. So if that helps any of you, please take a short rest. It is probably around noon, and you have been told that the sword is an hour south by foot.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's do that thing.
No, there are horses
gonna
available. There is it's like a large inn, and it's got
It's
stables
an hour, and if we get a horse, then I'm gonna have to fucking put up with Dirk talking about.
Oh, that's right. So, as you step outside, he wasn't there for a while. No one knew what happened to him. But as you step outside and you're told of the stables, you hear a horrible, horse scream, and then and then just a crunch, and you see one little horse leg kind of kick out of a barn and then just fall and get drug back. And there's some munching and slurping, and the sounds of ice cracking against sinew.
That orange
Whatever
did
that
a
sounds like.
fucking number, guys.
So, and then a moment later, there's a blood-soaked head pops out of a surprisingly larger white dragon, who is definitely not a little juvenile anymore. If you knew what dragons were like as far as sizes, you would say that is a young white dragon over there. So, like, larger than a horse. Good deal larger than a horse right now. Yeah.
Sergio, you doing okay, bud? Okay, so we've accelerated physical growth, but the language skills are still lagging.
Still pretty well. They are also the dumbest of dragons, but yes, there's still non-verbal, but big, and like lots of headbutts, like lots of very aggressive headbutts.
He's still a big, handsome boy who deserves head scritches. Okay, look, we're gonna go get a magic sword a little ways south of here. We're not gonna rent any horses because you did a number on those. And we're also going to move quickly because of the thing I just said with the horses.
Coughs up like a whole horse leg and then nods.
Chew.
Headbutt.
God. Okay, come on. Let's get moving.
Right.
Everybody, let's go.
Just going to walk down the main trail.
We have a dragon who's going to fuck with us.
That's true. That's a good point. I mean, people might have questions, but they're not going to ask them. Okay.
Yeah.
So you are walking, and it is a beautiful...
Shiv, can we sidebar real quick?
Have a sidebar.
What do you got, Loxy?
Does the dragon get to be in the sidebar?
I mean, if he wants to, sure.
Yeah,
he's not
totally
going to say anything to anybody.
Yeah, it's a dragon head.
Look, Dirk is not going to go for this. I'm going to say that up front, and I know you guys are close. This is legitimately, and I need you to believe me when I say this is to protect your interests. I've been trying to say this since we got in. This entire mansion is not part of the job. It was not part of the job. We weren't meant to come here. We have been paying you guys. Well, I haven't been paying you. You've been taking your share as equals. I need you to agree with me that right now we are working as partners who are not contractually tied to each other. We are currently just friends. When we get back out there and we're dealing with the mine bullshit, that's absolutely... I will make sure your rates are paid. We adhere to the contract as existed, but I need you to agree with me on this, okay, Shiv?
Agree with you on which part, Loxy?
All the stuff that's happened since we got into Amber, this is not part of the job, and we are not contractually tied to each other right now.
Well, Loxy, look, we're in a tricky situation.
I am very, very aware of that.
I think we're both aware of that. But I think you know that our contract states that there cannot be additional contracts negotiated after the initial contract has been signed.
No, but that's the thing. This is not an additional contract. This is part of that contract, and that this is not covered in that contract.
Well, listen, Loxy, you say tomato, I say tomato. You know what? I think we're talking contracts now at this point, and I don't have those conversations without my boy Dirk. Everything is open between us. We're open books to one another, and I can't enter into these negotiations without him. Now, if you would like to start a new round of negotiations, I'm not saying that we are opposed to it, but Loxy, now is not the time. We got a lot on our plate right now.
I wouldn't say this if I didn't have some amount of respect for you. There's not going to be another time.
Okay, well, look, I think that the initial contract laid everything out. My interests are protected. Your interests are protected. Let's just get back to work.
Okay.
You're a real one, Loxy. And I chuck Loxy on the jaw, on the cheek, whatever that thing is that you do in old movies.
You lightly punch him in the face. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just a gentle
light,
face punch.
light face punch, like we used to in the old days, before lawyers and stuff.
Yeah. And it's taken entirely with a smile and just that little sad, like, I'm sorry, Shiv. I tried. Well, you guys will get your pay then.
So
All right.
Let's keep going.
You say that. You guys walk for a while. We're just in a little bit of a quiet, just kind of plodding along, thinking about, just enjoying being outside. It's such a lovely day. The air is fresh. Everything feels right. And for the first time in what feels like for a while, even though you're only in that castle for a couple of days, but for the first time it feels like a long time, it feels normal. It feels regular. And as you're walking, Lockjaw, out of the corner of your eye, passing by the trees next to you, you're seeing a shape that's moving with you and tracking you. It's like sometimes it's about 100 feet away, sometimes it's 10 feet away, sometimes it jumps to the other side of the path, but always following.
Folks, we got a problem. I don't know 100% what the problem is. I'm gonna guess Deer Boy rides a deer Amber, whatever his name is. You know, guy with the face.
David.
David.
The guy with the hunt.
David, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Horny
hunt guy.
David. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the
Horny David.
We followed us here. Interesting.
I have no idea how he would have, but someone is tracking us very quietly through the woods. And there are two possibilities, and only one of them would be subtle enough to try to track us quietly.
Well, that one tends to use a large horn. So what's the other?
No, that one will come up when it comes up. Look, I think it's the hunt. I think we're being tracked by the hunt right now. It's bouncing between sides of the road, and that implies either some magic or a group, which tracks with the whole hunt thing. And I'm not sure what we want to do with it right now, but
Sergio very nicely. We can ride on his back and fly.
Sergio's a little bigger than the horse. He might be able to carry like me and you or one of them. Actually, me and you, or you and Dirk, or Shiv. Now that Dirk's a little bit less
Two on his back and two in his claws.
Sergio hears his name and like kind of like walks up and like shoves his big old head between the two of you and like with like big old puppy dog eyes. Like, can I be useful? Like, hey.
Sergio, as Quackman says in Draconic. Sergio, I apologize. You were enjoying that horse's leg. I should have gotten you a beer keg. Perhaps later. I think you're old enough to drink now. I believe. You've reached age of majority.
Kind of like leans down and like tucks his head like underneath your legs and kind of picks you up onto his back. Yeah.
I suppose we could do what we would normally do if we were being followed. Set a trap and spring it on them.
Hey, they're going to be following Sergio, not us.
Well, so let them follow Sergio right into our trap.
All right.
Okay, if there's a magic sword, I think we want to get the magic sword before we deal with this. Like, if we can get there first, we can find this fucking sword. Our odds of success go up.
Fly.
Yeah, that would also be useful.
We've been walking for about half an hour, so you figure you have about another half an hour to walk to get there.
Okay. I put it to the group, like, I'm not sure which one the better course of action here is. Try to get somewhere first or try to take them in the woods, but I got a bad feeling about trying to fight a group of hunters in the woods.
Well, how many are they?
2 Rakshasa riding saber-toothed tigers, 2 werewolves riding dire wolves, and David Amber on the back of a big fucking deer.
Yeah, I don't like our odds. Well, what we could do is we could do what Dirk and I called the old 1-2 button hook, which is just track them for a while and take them out one by one quietly.
Track the trackers.
Are we even sure this is the hunt?
Nope.
As Dirk mentioned, they're usually much louder.
I feel like they blew the horn already. Like, they announced their intention.
Yeah, that's true.
Once the hunt started, they don't need to blow again.
Well, let's continue and see if they announce themselves. We could fly on the back of a dragon and get there much faster.
Let's see what he can pull off then. You ready, guy?
Are you all like getting ready to get on his back? Is that what you're okay? Well, let's see. You know what? Roll animal handling. This is D&D. We should roll some fucking dice.
All of us?
Well, actually, I'll let Dylan do it, and you can assist. So Dylan, roll with advantage.
And also an extra D4 from Quack's business.
Of course.
Yeah. So that's going to be a 3 from the D4.
Okay.
Animal handling should just be charisma, I think. It's a wisdom skill.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Okay, so that's +0, and the 20 from the dice, so that's a 23.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
We started off on the right foot, guys.
yeah. It looked
It's going downhill from here.
looked a little apprehensive at first, but allows you all onto his back, and then kind of like just like looking at you, like, okay, what? Like, now what?
Up.
Okay, and like looks around and is going to try and fly, and has never done that, so. And I rolled a 3. So like Sergio kind of hunkers down and then just starts galloping, and you all like quickly have to just grab on as he's bounding and bounding and bounding, and then starts to run towards like the edge of a hill, and is just getting ready to leap, and the wings go out wide and takes this big huge leap, and just doesn't get any air whatsoever. The wings fold, he tumbles, and I need all of you to roll an athletics check as you go rolling down a hill.
Quack, someone cast Featherfall.
Nice. Okay, so you fly off and are now floating down, watching everyone else.
That's all of them, including Dragon.
Oh, right. That's right. That's how Featherfall works now, because it's a bullshit spell that just saves everyone in a moment's notice. Excellent. So you all
I would
begin
argue
to
that
tumble.
only saving one person is kind of a shit spell anyway.
That's fair. So you cast Featherfall. How do you cast Featherfall? Is there a special way you do it?
Of course, he whips out a quill and scribbles and tosses ball bearings, and they turn into giant feather pillows.
Okay. You all crash into feather pillows at the bottom of this hill, and are now like, you kind of find yourself at the edge of this like burned disc area where all the land now just goes brown. There's like the very, very clear edge of it, and all of it's brown, all the trees are wilted, and it seems to kind of like curl down into the right into a valley.
Is that valley still to the south?
Yes, yeah, so you're still going south. Sergio puts his big old head in your lap, Quaxman kind of rolls over, tongue laying out.
We could try the flying again. I think you almost had the hang of it.
Okay. We currently sit on 2 options.
Throw him, Lockjaw. Throw him.
Okay, I think the problem lied less in his natural ability and more in the fact that he had 4 people on him.
Also, he's like 8 hours old.
Yes.
So there's that.
I think we took a long rest somewhere in there. He's got to be like pushing 20.
Yeah, he's at least 20 hours. You're right. That's fair.
Look, if he's going to be able to fly at all, he can't do it particularly encumbered.
All right, well,
Our options stand.
We've gone far enough away from the hunt. Let's just get on his back again and then have him run. That should be faster than us, yes?
Yeah,
You can try it.
he's down.
Let's go for it.
He settles down, folds his wings back, gives you all some room. Y'all get on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I suppose.
So you hang
Sergio's
on.
confident, and I
Yep.
trust him.
Sergio takes off, and he's bounding, and he's bounding through again this dry, arid, broken land until you get around this corner, and then there's a large stone archway. And just past this archway, exactly just past this archway, everything turns green and lush and full, and the air smells sweeter and feels warmer. The sun seems brighter. Everything is just gorgeous, all laid out in front of you. There's nothing here, though. There's just a wide open area in front of you, this huge circle, miles and miles wide of this green perfection. And in the center of it, a tall stone tower, maybe 80 feet tall. Very tall, very narrow, no windows all the way up, but just a balcony at the very top. And that's the only feature you see.
Okay. I'm going to pitch a plan.
Shit, I lied to you. I'm so sorry. I'm so incredibly sorry. That's not what's here. So you
There's 6 more rooms ahead of this.
No, you turn this corner, and what is in front of you is a huge, wide, open area that's green and lush and perfect, surrounded by these giant amber stones, maybe 6-8 feet tall, just these huge chunks of amber that seem to sit sentry at positions of what looks like it could be a clock all the way around this wide open, perfectly green area that is empty of anything.
Waximum would like to. Well, he pulls out a quill and starts like jotting down a map of the thing, and then
Sure.
examines it and is trying to figure out what the significance is. I would like to make an Arcana check.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Very neat. 15 from myself. A 25.
Yeah, so you don't know exactly what this is doing. However, these are clearly warding stones. Whatever has been done, whatever magic has been cast here, they are clearly blocking an area, transforming an area, sealing off an area from the rest of this world.
Does Quaxum think that if one is destroyed or if they are destroyed, does that end it, or is that a bad thing?
A couple things could happen. It could end whatever effect it's doing. It could cause an instability that would simply unleash all of that magic all at once. It is hard to know. And as you're kind of like looking at the map, Madeline comes over you and like just places a hand on your shoulder and looks over your shoulder and says, "Oh, we're home.
It is home.
This is home." And she just kind of gestures out towards this open area. The castle was right there, and I used to spend so many nights in that garden. Yes, we're home.
Do you
This is
see
Solari.
the castle?
No, the castle's not here. The castle's back where we came from. That was the curse, after all. The guardian should be around here somewhere.
Guardian?
Chip.
Something is guarding our old lands. We don't know what, though.
And does it perhaps have a sword?
It might. This is all very fascinating to me. You have to understand that much of this information, or even thinking about it, was kept from me until recently. This is the first time I've actually been able to think about these things, or remember my old memories.
Justin.
I'm gonna.
Justin.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Justin out of his sheath.
Hey! Oh, wow, it's close. Oh, it is. Oh, it's there. And as he says that, there's a rumble, and a snake erupts out of the ground in front of one of these amber stones and just like looks down at you, about 12 feet tall, just kind of gliding its head back and forth and begins to speak in Draconic. Who could speak Draconic? Right.
Sergio, what's going on?
Yeah. Okay. Sergio's like listening, but doesn't seem to quite, but can't talk, so can't help you. And
Sergio also doesn't speak common.
that's
He
true.
can't
There's
translate.
also there's also that. So
Yeah,
cool.
but he doesn't get chances to talk to people, okay?
That's fair.
First opportunity to interact with people is own it.
It's his culture, Dirk. Don't let him enjoy some of it. It's his other.
Yeah.
It's people like him. So as he's going off, right? This giant snake kind of like scans all of you. Stops at Horatio. Not Horatio. What is the name of the dragon?
Sergio.
Sergio stops at Sergio for a moment, and then darts its eyes to Quaxmum. What is your purpose here?
We are visiting this lovely land.
None
Aberdeen.
visit these lands. They are cursed lands. What is your purpose here?
Well, we are. And he sort of looks over at the others. Well, actually, he'll say, "Pardon, do you perhaps speak the common tongue?" He says in common.
And then nods and says, "Yes, I do speak your language."
And he
There we
goes
go.
to the others and then begins speaking common and says, "Well, we have killed a few ambers, and we think we might kill a few more. How does that sound?"
Eyes go wide and it leans back. How would you do this?
Well, one was a stabbing. The other one, I kind of crushed his spine a little
So
bit.
true, yes.
We got any ambers after that?
If the curse remains, they are not dead. And
all
you
of them
see
are.
Madeline kind of nod. And she's like, "Yes, they'll come back. You know that, right? They'll be back. Well, the one you killed might not be back. I don't think Simon's coming back. But John Lewis will be back. None of us can die. You didn't think we could die, right?"
Okay, we need to break this curse so that they stay dead, because I did not.
Yes.
Listen, When
sir,
they didn't have a
you're,
life grudge against us,
Make
it was rough.
man, person, hello? What is your name?
Hello. Oh, I actually have a fucking name. Hang on. My name is Eswa. and I am the guardian here.
That's pronounced sword,
It is pronounced Eswa.
not S-wad.
Eswa. E-S-W-A. Eswa. Eswa.
He's Eswa the dragon.
Eswa, excuse me.
the
I am
dragon.
not a dragon.
Why
I am a
Yes,
guardian Naga. Let's be
fucking
proper
splitting
about
hairs here.
what we are here.
Would you
I
perhaps
feel like if I looked it up, it'd still be a dragon.
be able to tell us how to end the curse and kill all the embers?
That is a good question. I am here to guard against the curse not being ended. Why do you think it would be beneficial to end such a curse?
Because we could kill him.
Because then they'd be dead, and we could leave.
And free all the others. And this land. This
And I
Cursed
could be
land.
free.
And you.
Yes, aren't you bored?
We're collecting a coterie,
I am
apparently.
bold. I am quite bold. Show me that you are good, and I will give you the sword you seek.
Ah, well,
Oh.
I have a ring I would give you, but not sure how you would wear it.
So this is Sergio.
Yeah.
Matt. He's a newborn dragon who, upon meeting David Amber, has been upsized in an unfortunate way. I don't think he's supposed to be this big at this age, but I also know very little about dragon physiology. We're currently protecting him from David Amber, who could really ruin our days, and the only reason he seems to care about us is because we're protecting this small child. Large child. Is it
You'll-
dragon child? Wormling? What do I call you?
You're just gonna like there's no words, you know, just begin chewing on your
We're
leg.
protecting this young...
Your play towards goodness and your evidence of you being good is that you are protecting a juvenile evil dragon.
Yeah, we're not good per se, as much as and Dirk launches into a like 2-minute explanation of the transition from feudal economies into like early capitalist societies and the exploitation of the workers that we fight.
I would also, as a hobgoblin, just like to take exception to the concept of a naturally evil species.
Okay, I would like
Nature
Dirk.
versus nurture.
I would like Dirk to roll, not performance. I would like you to roll persuasion with advantage, as there are some very solid arguments being made here.
Take a guidance.
Yes,
As
take a guidance.
Quaximum opines on the scholar and gnome Chomsky, who talked about many
Nomsky.
same types
It
of
was
things.
Nomsky, right?
It was Chomsky. He was a linguist. I'm a bit of a linguist myself as well. That's why I'm well read on him.
Oh.
It doesn't even sound like a real person. That's not even a real name.
What you get?
Okay, so oh, and I have the D4.
Yes, correct.
Oh god, I needed it. Okay, all right. So my high roll was an 18. I rolled a 3 on the D4, so that's 21. My charisma is -2.
Right. So 19.
So 19.
Still pretty fucking
Still
good, though.
very good. Yeah. So the Naga listens and looks to all of you and seems to kind of settle and lower down and kind of curl up on itself and look at all of you. If I am making a mistake, then I have exposed this world to much doom after it has experienced so much harm. But I'm trusting you. I do not know why, but I am. And uncoils, and where it was wrapped up, there is a sword, a gorgeous sword, silver with emeralds and rubies and just all these stones lined up along the hilt. But it's not garish, they're perfectly woven in and seem to form a view of this world, of a valley and some trees around it, and every single petal from the bloom is another ruby that just winds up around the hilt, and it's standing perfectly on end, just radiating with magic and power.
Okay, Quacks, we're the only two without magic swords. I feel like you're not really a sword guy.
But yes, what would I do with a magic sword?
Yeah. I mean, like,
All of it,
just-
I suppose.
Open some
I
envelopes.
would feel bad if I didn't at least make the offer, you know, give you a chance to make a case.
I think perhaps you should bind to this sword and reject that of loan services.
Yes, I also would like to be less attached to that thing. And as I kind of have
As
to
you
walk
say
out,
that, Lockjaw, there is a rush of air just behind you. There's a brush against your neck of some soft, warm fur. Just a trace. Just a gentle, like it could have been a bee, but it wasn't. And then nothing.
yeah. And as I have to kind of get up closer to the Naga, and I'm like going past it, I'm just gonna lean in and go like, I know the Crown Lady's evil. We're gonna. You think this thing could take care of a crown?
And
Just
the,
kind of.
the Naga looks at the sword and looks at you, and as you pick it up, the Naga just nods and then leans in and like whispers into your ear. You will be successful if you are true to yourself. Be careful. You have one shot, and then just fades to dust as you pick up this sword that again radiates with power, and you know instantly how it works. The Enchanted Sword of Solari is a +3 greatsword. Its purpose is to slay undead and forces any undead creature to make a Constitution save if struck by it. Failure means their obliteration. The sword can also detect evil and detect invisible at will, and gives you the ability to fly. And as soon as you pick up that sword hilt, your feet leave the ground.
All right. I'm just trying to write down all that nonsense.
Shut up.
We have two weapons that kill people on con saves.
You do. You do.
Oh, you
One
know.
that kills living people, one that kills dead people. Yeah.
Yeah. So
You
now
have
we're
two
set. No matter who
unbelievably
fights.
powerful weapons. Yes.
So see invisible. What was the other thing?
See invisible, sense evil, right? I said that, right? Yeah, sense evil, detect evil, detect invisible, and gives you the ability to fly. All at will, which is incredibly broken and stupid, but all
Yeah,
at
that's
will.
fucking ridiculous.
All right.
Cool.
All right, so
Cool.
I'm going to jump us into our Averine map real quick here.
Maxim says as he checks off on the list.
Okay, so if you check, oops, shoot, I'm sorry, I didn't put the zoom cameras in this, so give me 1 second. Let's go back. Anyway, let's go back to the forest. I don't need to have 20 things. We'll just use this one. We know it works. All right, here we are. So as far as checking things off the map, what do you need to check off next? What are you looking to check off? You guys are closest to the swords. You have it,
Gun.
right? Checked off. Now you apparently need a mirror and a ring and a potion of time travel.
Okay, so looking at the map, the next closest place that we know we need to go is is Paragon.
Right.
We have the time travel potion. No fucking clue where that is.
Sheena's is just down on is that a road?
Yes, that is the road you're on. So there is a main road to Zimis. If you wish to go to Perion, you have to cross directly through the woods due west right now, which is actually about the same distance anyway.
You should go to Sheena's or Viona's because they're both on the road.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I guess we should probably, just for efficiency's sake, because we have to figure out where the fuck the potion is, because the potion is labeled as potentially in Lehabu. I don't know how to pronounce anything in French. I'm a bad Canadian.
And the mirror is in Viona's.
Everyone
Yeah.
here, by the way, their natural accent is like les booze. Like that's how they pronounce everything. So they pronounce everything very poorly here, and that's just how it's said.
Quebec. Got it.
Yeah.
Aztec, Jahan, right? Like this potion could be fucking anywhere.
Azraq, Jam.
Let's do Vion, and we'll try to hit the handful of named places for the potion that are near that.
Zimmies. You going to Zimmies?
Well, I think we're gonna go for the mirror because we know where the mirror and the ring are.
Right. So where are you going next? You're going to
Viona's.
Yeah.
Viones. Okay, so that is north of you. About a day's travel. Well, not a day's travel. 25
Yes,
miles? 25 miles is about a
How
day's travel.
far is it as the Lockjaw flies?
Well, again, Lockjaw can't fly. Oh, actually, no, Lockjaw can fly now. Well, Lockjaw can fly, so Lockjaw could be there in about half a day if Lockjaw went alone. Yeah.
With the party.
Yeah. How is Lockjaw going to carry the whole party?
Split them. Just let him go alone.
I see. Okay, excellent. How do you feel about that, Lockjaw?
I'm not surprised to hear that coming from this prick.
You know, if we spend half a day training Sergio to fly, then we will have lost no time.
That's true.
And then we shall arrive in style.
I feel like this is a flawed plan, but okay.
Sergio seems excited.
We do it. We do it.
Excellent. Okay. All right. I would like you all to. How do you teach this? How do you teach this dragon to fly? How do you?
Simply show him.
Yeah?
Just show him how to do it.
Oh, I
you
see.
Can fly.
Yeah,
I see.
through
Okay.
a montage. You know, the normal way you teach dragons to fly.
Sure, of course. Right. All
What
right.
question
So,
is that, Aram?
Lockjaw, would you like to use your new flying abilities to teach your young dragon to fly?
That's a ridiculous question. Of course I do.
I would like you to roll 3 animal handlings.
Okay, so got a 3, a 6, and a 5.
Okay.
That's what I get for starting off on a 20.
Oh,
Right.
So you spent hours and he's fallen out of a tree, he's fallen down a hill, he's fallen off an old broken stone wall. Like he's very eager to get back on top of all of them, just like a Labrador, just so dumb and so unaware of the last 5 seconds that just happened to it, and thinks it can fly every time, and he just can't fly.
I feel like this isn't going well, guys.
It's going very badly.
Well, we can continue to ride him like a horse.
He's happy about that.
Wait a minute. And Quaxum takes out one of his spare quills and is like, Lockjaw.
Okay.
We just need to sell it. He just needs a little bit of encouragement. Something to believe in. You see what I'm saying? And hands over the quill, which is made of a feather.
Yes. To whom?
To Lockjaw.
Gotcha. Excellent.
Okay, I think I know where you're going with this. I remember this play. But also, you know that I can fly. I could fly before I had the feather. So this whole bit doesn't quite
You give
play.
it to him.
It's
You
for
help
Sergio.
him. You make
No,
him lighter
I'm-
so he can fly so he has time to use his wings. How are you so bad at this?
I'm not a fucking animal
You went
trainer.
together. You were in it. You were the mouse in college.
I learned my lines because you said you needed someone. Okay? I wasn't. Look, drama wasn't my deal.
My performance as the mother brought tears to the whole crowd.
It wasn't supposed to be a comedy part. I didn't tell you that because I wanted you to feel good about it because you really needed to win that year. The
Hilarious.
midterms were rough, but it was a serious tragedy there.
You get out there and you sell it. You persuade him that he can fly.
Sergio,
Ronaldo
do you
seems-
understand anything I say?
Sergio, not Ronaldo. Sergio seems really into what Quaxmum is saying, is nodding along and looking at you yeah, Dad, I can do it, Dad. Yeah. I believe I can fly.
Then why do you need the fucking feather? Look, here, look. This
Why
is
you
a magic
feather? It's
feather.
magical.
Because he can't
If you could
fly.
speak.
That's why he needs
This
the
is
feather.
a magic feather. Quax
Yeah.
gave me this magic feather
Yeah.
because he says it'll make you fly. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know how Quax does any of his magic, so I'm taking his word for it. I want you to take this, and I want you to give it another shot
Sergio
because
leans.
I believe in you.
Sergio looks worried and leans in and snorts a little bit, and icicles form all over the feather, and he gets nervous. Then he leans in and gently takes it from your hand and nods and looks over at a really high cliff and starts running. I need you to roll animal handling with advantage.
Can it be his persuasion check instead?
Yes, it can. Yes, that's fine. Persuasion
As he's
with
running,
advantage.
as I realize the trajectory we're on, I look over at Quax and I just a withering fucking you goddamn piece of shit.
Right. Take a guidance.
And roll a die 4
Okay,
on
so
top of
that
that.
is +2, +8 total, so 24.
Oh yeah.
Wait. And then Quaxum also shouts at Sergio, Blab! hard. Flash of insight, you get another +5.
So it's a what now? It's a 29?
29.
29. So Sergio just plummets over the edge, and he's gone. And for a moment, your heart,
Fucking
like,
kobolds.
and then a second later, just this soaring beast flies up and back over the alley and wings around you and lets out a big roar and shoots some ice into the air and then lands in front of you.
Feather in his mouth.
Yes. So happy, like big licks to Quack's mom, big headbutts to Lockjaw, couldn't be happier, rolling around on the ground with you, and just as it's happening, a horn blast goes off. And you feel almost the ground beneath you vibrate. And it's the
We're all
same
happy with
horn you
ourselves
heard
right
earlier.
now, aren't we?
Let's take a quick break here, and then we'll come back, and we got about half an hour, and then we'll wrap up. Sound good?
That's like party.
All right, perfect. See you guys in 5 minutes.
All right, so we just unlocked fast travel, right?
Yeah. It's fucking fast travel.
And welcome back to Castle Amber. So you all just heard a horn go off. That was clearly the same horn you had heard from the hunt earlier. It definitely came from the north. It seems to have come from where you were.
Okay. We have
Let's go.
we have two options at the moment. We
Yeah.
are going to be chased around by these people no matter what. And we're going to have to double back. If we head towards Zimis, then we're going to run into the problem where the moment we turn around, the moment we stop, they're going to be behind us. We are fighting these people eventually. Do we just be ready for them here?
What if we attack from the air?
Wait, no. Perhaps if we fly to Perion, then they will be slower in pursuing us through the woods, because we can fly.
I mean, they'll be slower, but we're inevitably going to have to stop, is my problem.
That's a problem for future Dirk and future Shiv.
Do we think they'll be slower in the woods? Aren't they the hunt?
Well, certainly they're slower on the woods than on the road. It can't be faster.
I mean, magic.
All right. Dragon flight.
I'm just saying, like, he's a guy with a horn and a magic giant deer. He's probably got some magic bullshit that would actually make him faster in the woods than on a road. I don't know how it would work. That's not my job.
Listen,
Just saying, it's an option.
you brought us here because you needed muscle.
I brought you to a mine. I am
Sure.
trying repeatedly to
purpose?
remind you that I did not try to bring you here.
Remind you?
For the purpose. You're trying to convince me.
Remind you. Sorry.
My cat has just attacked a box. Cool.
That's fine.
Good.
Box etiquette.
Okay. You're trying to convince me of that, but regardless, you hired two people with a certain set of skills. Now, let us choose when and where we fight, which will be perhaps never, but certainly not now.
Lead the way then.
Okay. So, I keep on saying his wrong name. It's not Horatio. What is his name?
Sergio.
Sergio. Why can't I get this right? So Sergio was ready. Sergio's like, yeah, let's fly. Get on my back. Let's go. And like, is all hunkered down. So do all five of you get on the dragon?
I mean, I fly now, so.
Oh, wait. That does make it better. Let's make it better. Madeline seems a little nervous, but gets on the dragon as well. And
Wax, would you like to get in the bag of holding?
No. It just hops up right on like the base of Sergio's neck.
and Sergio's very happy about that. Kind of leans back, licks
Taps him
you.
back on the neck. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like having like a frozen wet pole just kind of slap you in the face. So it's not great, but it's still kind of sweet, right? And then just takes a running leap and takes off into the air. And now you are above this gorgeous land. You can look back to where you were, and you can see that the area that is inside these stones is a perfect circle of green inside all of this brown and death and desolation all around it. And you soar for about half an hour before a town comes into view that must be the one you're looking for. And what do you want to do?
So our information says the Viper circled mirror. All it says is Gaspard du Nord.
Yep. That's it. There's a town probably of about maybe 10,000, right? So it's like big enough to have a main street and a central bazaar and a couple churches, and seems nice. From what you can see from the air circling on the back of a dragon.
What is the name of the amber that Catherine possessed?
The Madeline, correct,
God,
yes.
I had Meredith in my head. Okay.
Yes.
Madeline, who is Gaspard du Nord?
Wait, hang on. Okay, so you say Madeline, and she just kind of like stares off it for a while, and then's like, oh, me, yes. Who again, yes?
Gaspard du Nord.
Oh, Gaspard du Nord. Gaspard du Nord was the bishop, I believe? Possibly.
Can we take a quick moment to just deal with this? Because I feel like you're not doing a great job of it, and you don't seem to care. We super know you're Catherine.
Oh, don't be silly. Yes, I'm Catherine. Yes, hello.
Cool.
Yes.
Same page. Moving on.
Yep, I am
Thank-
Catherine. You have freed me. Thank you for your freedom. Yes, we're on the same page now. We want to destroy the castle, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent. Let's kill them all.
So, Gaspard du Nord, the
Yes.
bishop.
Possibly. I remember a bishop, yeah. Yes.
This bishop
Oh,
be in Perion?
Carry on,
Or-
yes. We're here, yes. It would indeed be in
Hey,
Benji like
Gaspard
pointed
Denot
out.
is on.
Jonas.
We're mixing and matching.
Yes, that large
Beyond
church with
is-
the large tower right there. That's what I would believe he would be.
Lovely. Let's go in through the top.
So he's gonna fucking land in the church.
Hey, hold on.
Wait, no.
Gaspard is in Beyond. If we're going to Paragon, it's Luke.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah,
yes. So
sorry, so-
Luke, I can't read this.
she
Luke
explains that
Deschamps,
perfectly. Yes. So it's Luc La Chandler. No, I'm sorry. In this world,
French.
it's Luc de Chandler. Luc de Chandler. That's his name.
The worst part of this is the fact that you gave it to us in a handwritten font. So not only can we not pronounce it if we knew what it was, I have no idea for sure if that's an H or an L.
That was hard
There's
back
a
then.
series of N's.
Yeah, there
They
were
might
things.
be
Sometimes you were
V's.
given stuff where it was handwritten and it was hard to figure out.
Yeah, sometimes
real-
back in the D&D times.
Yeah, I'm
we
trying
could
to,
do handwritten
or like
notes.
when I grew up in high school, because I'm old. But
Yeah,
like it
in the
happens.
1820s.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, hold on. We're in Viennese. We're looking
Yes.
for Gaspard du Nord.
Correct. Yeah. So I believe he is a bishop. Same exact story, different person. He is a bishop, and I believe he lives in that very large tower right there, the center of town.
Okay.
Yes.
We are going to go to that tower in Beyond with the Viper circled mirror.
Yep. She's gonna land in the tower with a big ass dragon. That's your plan.
That's our move. Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so you tell, or you've got the point. Like you think Horatio, you think Sergio can understand you, but can't speak back. But you'll say things to Sergio, and Sergio will nod and then do them. So you figure you're getting messages across. When you tell Sergio to land on the top of this tower, he nods and dive bombs in. And as you're flying in, I would like all of you to roll perception, and I need 16 and above.
Passive is 16.
Nailed.
Yeah, same.
Nailed. Both you're so aware.
I'll take the guarantee.
17 on the die.
Nice.
Non-natural 20.
You're all just you're ready. You are in game mode. It is game
I
on.
rolled a die for Sergio. He got an 18.
Plus
whatever
Sergio
dragons
also
get.
is somehow aware and paying attention. So you all, as you're flying in, you notice that there are the bodies of like a dozen guards all around the base of the tower, slaughtered, entrails ripped out, some of them, arms and legs removed, heads removed, and you land on the top of this thing, and it's just eerily quiet. There is a upper area, and there is a staircase down, and there's nothing to be heard. There's a church bell way off in the distance, but that's it.
Okay, the good news is if they're dismembered, it looks like they weren't killed by being thrown off a roof, which bodes well for our very near future.
Is there a window in this tower? Like,
There
Or is it-
are windows on the side, and then there is like a large staircase wrapping down from the top.
on the out, like an exterior
Yeah,
staircase?
like you could just start walking down it if you wanted to.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
then I'll climb down on the stairs instead of
Yeah,
setting rope and climbing
You're
materials.
like 80 feet in the air. They didn't expect anyone, to land on the roof. So there's
Works for me.
as you begin to walk out, Madeline / Catherine, just gently touches your arm and is like, "Now that we're all on the same page, you all should know that magic is illegal here. So there won't be much expectation of it. You should be able to walk all over them.
Then be burned for witches.
Or make them our subjects. We could rule here. You all are quite powerful. Would you
Like
like
you
a
haven't
kingdom?
been paying attention at all.
You could return to your small lives. You could go back. Or you could stay here and be kings."
I hate the accents.
Well,
King of the yokels. Yes. Well.
the
Also,
rest of them talk like this, so is that okay?
Okay,
Luke the Chandelier.
Yeah, that's right. Luke de Chandelier. It's pretty up there. It's so pretty. So you got that choice. You got that, or like, oh, well, hello. Those are your two options.
we don't want to kill anyone we don't have to. I have no interest in ruling. We're going to go in. We're going to get our fucking mirror. We're going to smash it. And we're going to kill your entire family.
Oh, that does sound lovely. Let's go. You start
Good.
walking down these
Stop
stairs.
making suggestions. You're here to get us through a door.
I'm just trying to help. It's so much fun to help. You walk down this staircase, and your footsteps begin to, like, the echo dies. And eventually it's just this dull thudding, and it's getting darker and darker as you're walking down to the point where your blind sight isn't effective. And you're not at the bottom of the staircase yet, but if you continue on, you're not going to be able to see 5 feet in front of your face.
Waxen throws a handful of lit ball bearings ahead of us.
Excellent. You do, and they just get swallowed into the darkness, as if you'd thrown them into ink. But you hear them, tink, tink, tink.
Well, Dirk, I hired you to deal with this sort of problem, apparently.
Sergio's too big. Sergio can't get down the staircase, so Sergio's going to stay on top and stand guard.
Sergio's going to avoid taking up an initiative slot so that the ROM doesn't have to remember anything or look
Correct.
up what his stat block is.
Yes, I'm already doing one game where I'm having to run 12 fucking NPCs in a goddamn airship because I'm a moron. So
We all
I'd like
make mistakes.
I'd like to not do that again. Thank you. So, do you want to continue down?
Yes.
All right. You continue down, kind of feeling your way down into, it opens up into a room, and it's the same inky blackness, and you're kind of stumbling through. There's a bed nearby, there's a dresser nearby, everything is shattered and broken, and as your hand comes back, it's wet with blood.
The cleric of Grandcool probably didn't take daylight, huh?
Probably
You
not.
know I didn't. There's a theme here.
I would like you all to roll perception at disadvantage.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be an 8.
14.
Okay.
17.
Nice.
12.
Okay. All of you are now aware that there's something in this room, almost as if you were in water and a shark slid by. There's something powerful and frightening, and you're in an environment that is not yours. Dirk, it comes close to you, and if you chose to, you could lash out and strike it. You're confident it's right off to your right at this moment.
I mean, I feel like you can't just set me up like that and then me not lash out and strike it confidently in this moment.
Seems fair. Yes.
Look, the worst thing that happens is you kill it and you turn into whatever it is.
Right.
Right.
True.
Turn into a darkness shark.
All right. Fuck it. We're attacking the darkness shark.
I would like you to roll, and you can and consider this with surprise.
All right.
I don't know if you do sneak attack damage, but if you do, which I don't
have
think you
my
do because you're a
my
cleric.
bugbear sneak attack.
Oh right, yeah, that's right. Because bugbears are sneaky, dirty, underhanded shits apparently, where their entire race gets a bonus to a sneak attack.
Okay.
Thanks, Dungeons and Dragons.
Don't use our word for it, okay? 25 versus AC.
That is absolutely gonna hit, 100%.
So that triggers my bugbear sneak attack, which
Nice.
is like 2d6. 14 plus 7, 21 damage, and I guess he makes a con save?
Yeah, totally makes a con save. That's gonna be a 19 plus a 7, so I'm pretty sure he makes it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think it's like 14 is what you said.
Yeah, it's DC 14 to see if it kills him. So it's a good hit, and you hear this roar, and as you strike, it's moving quickly, so it just cuts along its entire side, and blood splatters out over you, over the ground in front of you. It's hot, how you would expect it to be, but it's also glowing. And it glows so brightly that it cuts through the darkness all around you. And swimming next to you is this photo negative of a squid. Just this giant of squid, and you just see its eye pass by as you cut into its side and glare right at you.
Gruncool, perhaps it's time to lend your assistance a bit further. I'd like to use my bonus action to summon a spiritual weapon now.
Yeah, that seems like a good move. So as soon as you see that, you just summon your spiritual weapon?
Yeah, so it attacks when I do that as well.
Oh, nice. Roll a hit. What does your spiritual weapon look like?
It's a dagger.
It's another dagger, of course, right.
The weapon of Grandcool. And I think Grandcool is pleased that I have switched from my namesake Dirk to his dagger because
Very pleased.
I rolled a 16 plus 6.
That'll definitely hit.
22 for less damage. 9 damage.
Yeah, so you do 2 quick slices along its side. It's seen you, you've seen it, and the rest of you can now see it as well. So the about a 10-foot area around you as you're all gathered together is now illuminated. This room appears to be far larger, so there's definitely a lot of blackness that this creature could just slip into, but for right now, you can all see it. So I'd like you to roll initiative. And who wants to track initiative? Must be my best student. Oh, no noses, bunch of no noses.
I'll track initiative.
Because Sally, you're the best. See,
Well,
Sally didn't
shucks.
no-nose me. Sally just did it. Sally gets advantage.
Yeah.
That's what yeah.
I did the recap. I didn't know the recap.
That's true, but I like her better.
I was reaching for
dang.
paper to do the initiative, so
Fine. I like
Also
Sally better
sweet.
than me anyway.
She's just great. It's kind of hard
Sally's
not
the best
to.
among us. We
Oh,
all know that.
shucks.
That's easily
Come
easily
on.
said. Yeah.
Okay, well, Shiv got a 24, so 20 to 24, I guess.
Yes. Okay. Madeline got a 20, actually.
15 to 20.
Squid
Got
got a
19.
17. Okay.
What
Dirk
got a
19.
17?
The squid did.
Squid got a 17.
Yeah.
And
Squid.
Dirk is 19.
Nice.
Did you say something, Dylan?
Nope.
Dylan, what'd you get?
I got an 8.
Yeah.
Loxy and Quaxy, what about you?
Also an 8.
Aware.
It's all right. You're the backline anchor.
That's right. Exactly where you need to be. It's strategic.
What happened? Do you guys want to do rock, paper, scissors, or how do you do it again?
I usually do the highest
Dex
dex.
bonus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ishan, you want to go first or should I?
You go first.
Okay, handled.
All right.
Loxy.
So who's up?
So that's me. So
Nice.
we got a squid on our hands.
Yes. Swimming through this ink as if it was water.
Stop this fucking thing, Shiv.
All right, so I'm gonna take out Justin.
Yeah.
Buddy.
Oh, yeah?
It's showtime.
Oh, all right. This is a weird date. Let's go.
I want you to try your best to find this squid in this ink.
Yeah. Oh, I can see it. Oh, it's gross. Oh, this is so gross. This is gross. You better clean me after this.
You're gonna get cleaned and you're gonna shine so much. We're gonna see. You can't see your reflection. I'll see my reflection in you.
Oh, like the Chrysler building.
Exactly like
What?
that.
Excellent. All right. Stab it. I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay. Do I roll disadvantage or anything?
No, because you guys can see it right now. It's
'Cause
definitely
we can see it,
very
okay.
easily seen. Yeah.
Okay. So, all right, Justin, what do you got? So that's a 28 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely is. Yeah.
Those plus 3 weapons are great.
Yeah, they're amazing, aren't they?
And then, oh, I can use my sneak attack, I think, because we're all
Yep.
within. Okay.
Totally.
I'm
You're all
gonna
back to back. Yeah,
do
easily.
4 dice.
Rating the Monopoly set.
Come on, we're
Oh,
professionals.
what nobody else knows is just off camera there are 10,000 sets of dice.
Right?
It's true.
It's just trays upon trays of
Maybe
dice.
back in the
Truly.
old
Truly
days
is.
you were rating risk for D6s, but now we just have cubes of D6s
Yeah.
and individualized Etsy pouches filled with sets.
I have so many dice because so many people send me dice. I have so many dice pouches that people have knit for me. So I have all these sets of dice and individual dice pouches just scattered about.
So it's
Hey,
gonna be
I-
22 altogether.
22 points of damage? Yeah, you hack off one of its arms, and it just kind of flops to the ground in front of you and then dissipates into mist. Like dark
Oh.
smoke and mist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next up is Madeline.
All right. Madeline tenses a bit, but goes to swing at it. And gets a 23, so hits. All right, takes this big-ass battle axe that she's been carrying this entire time and just cuts down on one of them, doing 12 points of damage. It takes off another one of its legs, and this thing just kind of spirals in a circle and seems to lose some of its speed. Who's up?
Dirksy.
Oh, is it
Isn't it the squid?
Catherine?
Yeah, it's
Catherine just
Catherine.
went.
Oh,
Yeah, so
sorry.
Catherine took like a big axe to it. That's all right.
All right. Yeah, I mean,
She's been useful.
when you're a hammer, the whole world is a nail. So
That's fair.
I'm gonna stab it with both of my things.
Hell yeah.
All right, so my dagger is a 22 versus AC, and the spiritual weapon is a 15 versus AC.
Okay, the 22 is going to hit. The 15 sadly will not.
It's gonna need a con save then.
All right. That is a 22.
Okay,
It
well,
has lots of con. Yes,
just
that.
takes 10 damage the old-fashioned way from a magic dagger trying to siphon its soul.
And you can feel it, by the way. Like every time you stab something with this thing, you can feel a touch of their essence. You can hear their heartbeat as the blade slices through their flesh. You can feel it pulse through the hilt of the dagger. And this thing has two hearts, so you can hear them both kind of thumping on either side of your head as you cut up along the side of it. It's looking ragged, and it kind of like jolts and flexes and bounces off the ground as you stab it, which is why your spiritual weapon misses. Who's next?
Squid.
Oh, I'm sorry, unless you have a bonus. No, that was your bonus action, right? You're all set.
Oh yeah, that used the bonus action.
All right, so one of them reaches out to try and grab Dirk, and the other one reaches out to try and grab Shiv, because you were the ones who did damage to it. Shiv, that is a 17. Does that hit you?
It does.
Okay, and does a 14 hit you, Dirk?
It does not.
Okay, so you two are kind of like almost back to back. One of them flies up to you, Dirk, and you're able just to knock it to the side and duck under it. And as you turn, you see one of them wrap around Shiv. And Shiv, I need you to make either a strength or a dexterity check against.
A save.
Yes, save. I'm sorry, against 22.
So I can use my evasion if
Hell
I
yeah.
fail. Okay, great. So dex save. 28.
Oh yeah. So this goes
26
to,
actually.
Yeah, it goes to wrap around you, and it grabs like your leg, and it begins to drag you into the shadow. How do you get out?
I go, what's that over there? And when it looks, I yank my leg out.
That's exactly what happens. Yes.
Oh,
You were
con, but low wisdom.
Fooled me again. Ah,
Curses.
Curses. So mad. All right, and you're able to get out of its grasp. Who's next?
Next up is Loxy.
I am going to do the little stalk forward with the end of the sword just kind of dragging along the ground, because I know this can't dull because it's fucking magic. It's like, alright. I don't have time for this, Shadow Squid. I need the fucking mirror, and we want to leave. And I'm just going to hack this thing into oblivion.
Okay, roll a hit.
So that's going to be respectively a 16 and a 29.
That's both of those hit. 16 and 29 both hit.
Okay, so that's going to be 9 plus 7 is 16 points of damage on the first hit,
Jesus.
and 17 points of damage on the second.
Yeah.
How dead is it?
So yeah, you sliced off like two legs. You cut through one. You cut through
not
another.
entirely. Okay, action search.
Yes.
I'm doing it again.
All right.
25 and 26.
Yes, both those hit. Jesus.
Oh, sorry, reroll the 2. Okay, so that's 14 points of damage
Yeah.
and 15 points of damage.
Okay. So you cut off all but one of its legs, and it, like with each swing, you're like slap, slap. You cut off one with each swing. It crashes to the ground. It limps to the side, and you can see a shaft of light open up as the ink pours out of a window, and it goes to jam itself through this window to get out. And then just the jaws of a white dragon clamp around its head just as it gets outside, tear off its neck, and ink just fades out in front of you. Light comes all around you, and in the middle of this completely empty room is a single ring.
A mirror?
Sorry, in the middle of this room it's a ring, isn't it? Where are we again?
So here's
Okay.
the thing: is
Wait.
either this is Luc Le Chalier's place, and this
Wait.
is the mirror, or
Yes.
this is the ring,
Right.
or it's the
Okay.
bishop's tower.
We'll
Right.
we'll do this the other way. Aram,
Yes.
what
Wait,
where
town
are
are
we?
we in
Yeah.
based
no.
on
Yes.
the
you are
paragraph
in-
you're currently
sorry,
reading?
So you are in from what? So in Perion is the ring. So you guys found the ring.
Okay.
Yes.
So
sorry.
we weren't there. We were going after Gaspard de Nord's thing, but that's fine because that's where we are now.
That's
Cool.
fine. Sorry. Yes, I made a mistake, and you instead got the ring, so I apologize. But yes, you have it at your own. So there's this magical ring laying in front of you, made of amber. Like just amber all the way around, with like a small little snake trapped in it that wraps around the finger.
Wax, you gonna be our ring guy? You got one.
Sure. I do have two hands. For now, anyway.
Perhaps you should inspect it as you do.
It's a good idea, yes. And perhaps
Okay.
take a look around in case there's anything else of value.
Yeah, this room is empty, utterly empty. There's no furniture, there's no refuse, there's nothing. There's nothing in this room except for this ring. And
Right.
as soon as you pick it up, you know exactly what it is. And it is a ring of, there's other properties to it that kind of dance at the edge of your understanding, like there's power here, more than you get. But for what you do know, it is a ring of spell storing.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, and I think it's 8 p.m., so we're going to just hold right there. Thank you all for joining us. We got 2 of the things done.
Two of
Two
the
of the
four
things done. We got
things.
2 of the 4 things done, so we are definitely 100% going to finish this shit next week. I promise you. And let's go around and say who we were and who we played. I'll start in the top left with Shiv.
Hi, I am Sally. I played Shiv, the bugbear assassin, half of the Razor twins. You can follow me on Twitter at Sally T, and you can check out the 2 podcasts that I co-host. One is called The Struggle Bus, and it comes out every other Thursday. And one is called Co-op Mood, and I co-host it with Shane, and it comes out every other Tuesday. And that's it for me.
Excellent. It's a fun show. I listened to it. It's really great. You guys did well. All right, and let's jump over to Lockjaw.
So I'm Dylan. You can find me on Twitter at DJ Malenfant. I'm going to first off say Co-op Mood is actually pretty fantastic. I listened to the first 3 episodes. It convinced me to buy Disco Elysium, and that game has been phenomenal.
That's a very loaded, actually.
We'll take it.
Well, I mean, Sally's great. And then there was a gamble to it.
Fair,
But
yeah.
it paid off.
Yeah.
But no, really, I normally have to like struggle because I'm not really doing too much to come up with a plug, and it feels gross to make a joke out of that right now when like there are 3 links that Sally left in the chat. If you have anything you can spare, there's some horrendous bullshit going on really sort of everywhere, but specifically in Minneapolis right now, and if you can help out, it'd be fantastic if you did.
Excellent. And then we'll go down to Quaxmo.
Hey, I'm Ishan. You can find me on Twitter at EvilSensCarne. That's Malice minus Meat, and I co-host Total Party Thrill. Check that out at TPTcast and TotalPartyThrill@gmail.com.
Excellent. And then last but not least, Dirk.
Hi, I'm Shane. You can find me on Twitter at Mundangerous. It's MUN Dangerous. And my show's already got plugged, so thanks. But check out Co-op Mood or Total Party Thrill.
All right, excellent. And thank you all for joining us. We'll be back next week, very hopefully to end this bullshit. We will see you all then. Thanks for joining us.